Hey. Yeah, 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 yeah. Say it again, say thank you. I wanna say thank you. I need to say thank you. Mortgage Talk is on, where you receive good information for your mortgage needs, such as mortgage programs and foreclosure programs to help get you out of foreclosure. Stay tuned and hear what's coming your way. There's no place I'd rather be. Standing up beside you, my man. Your love always comforts me. So thank you for being a friend. Yeah. Over and over again. I can never repay. Love is sending my way, yeah. And good evening and welcome to Mortgage Talk. How's everybody doing out there? Man, glad to see you guys out there. Thank you so much for you being here. I'm trying to move this out the way. We're here today and glad to be here with you. Thank you as we stream live now. We're on Twitch TV and Hap TV, so we're glad to be on there too. And also we are on YouTube. Yeah. That's right, YouTube. We're on YouTube, so we're glad to be there too. Glad to be on there. Let's see here as I try to move some of these things out the way. You may not be able to see it, but I can see it. It's a message just talking to me to kind of keep me on what's happening, telling me what to do. So, thank you. I definitely appreciate that. We are streaming from WHP Radio Network, and we are streaming through Hap TV and Twitch TV, and we also are streaming to YouTube. And I believe that we are also on Periscope. I think we are. I think that has been connected, if I'm not mistaken. Um, okay, I think that has been connected. So if I'm wrong, I apologize. But as we get things together, our topic today that I want to talk about is FHA 203K loan. FHA 203K loan. I wish I can get this message out of there. You guys give me all the messages here, and I can see it. Is there a way that I can get it out of there? Is there a way that no? Okay. I just did something. Okay, well, yeah. Okay, well, let's get it back. Let's get me back. Let's see what. Okay, there I did. Okay, all right. Okay. I can't do it, so I'm learning. Okay, but let's get to a topic. It is a lengthy topic. Naturally, we're gonna shorten it as much as we can. That's what my producer told me. You need to shorten that, Rick. Okay, all right. So we're gonna shorten that. Welcome to Mortgage Talk. I'm Rick Montgomery, the host of Mortgage Talk. This is a live show that we do live, and of course, I'm streaming live through you. And I think our feet have got wet a little bit, we practice on Periscope. So now this is a real deal. We're out here on the real deal. So glad to be out here on the real deal. That's what we're here to do. So let's get started with the show. FHA Standard 203K loan. Okay. I want you to know this. In short, you can't do anything structurally, move, load bearings, walls, added, all this wonderful good stuff here. As I'm filtering through my notes. There I am. Okay, here we are. There we go. There we go. There we go. There it is. You got it, baby. There you go. There you are. Okay, there we go. All right. FHA 203K renovation and repair loan. It has that name just as well and is recognized by that too. FHA helps borrowers open up one loan, not two, because a lot of times when you buy these properties and that you want to redo them to your liking, to your flavor, and at the same time improve on the outlook of it as well as the in look, that does increase the value too. Kind of bring it up, modernize, modernize the property. You need a rehab loan. There are conventional rehab loans. There's a lot of different types of rehab loans. And a lot of these rehab loans, now they go by the same qualification status, which is your uh, credit bureau, as they pull all three bureaus. And so they'll qualify you either on the middle score, depending upon the program, or the high score, depending upon the program. And sometimes if the score is not that high enough, it does affect the LTV. Not sometimes, but all the time. It does affect the LTV, which is loan to value. So people can wind up with a 70% LTV, but then have to go get a second lien to make up. So they can either get to 100% or get to 90% or even 95%. Okay. So that's two. But with the FHA standard 203K rehabilitation and repair loan, it's one loan. It's one loan. So it's enough to buy the property and it's enough to fix up the property. And that's what you're looking for, that one loan. Okay. So as it says here, purchase price plus the cost of home improvement. The buyer ends up with one fixed rate, and and the home that was in bad shape ends up being in better shape than what it was when the buyer first purchased it. He had upgrade the property. Wonderful. Got to move on. Okay, who qualifies for a 203K loan? Well, FHA standard credit score is 580. FHA standard credit score is 580. Although some lenders will require that the credit score be 620 to 640. They can do that because they are going to be the servicer for the loan. Okay. FHA is your investor to qualify for the 203K loan. Now, compare it to a conventional rehab loan, whereas you'll find that the credit score there, they want it to be 720, 750, depending upon who the bank that you are obtaining this conventional rehab loan from. So again, when you do the comparison between that and FHA still has a lower qualifying standard, than the regular conventional rehab uh, type loan. Now, keep in mind, FHA is the leader in standard in the industry. All banks and credit unions and financial institution that lends money follow the standards set by FHA. FHA is under HUD. HUD is the housing authority, and they're over, and FHA is under HUD, which is the Federal Housing Authority. Okay, got to move on. Here are some steps that you would need to do in qualifying. Apply for the 203K approved loan. Now, what you can do is go on FHA website or HUD's website, recommending FHA, and scroll down. And what you're going to find is going to be extraordinary. You're going to find that FHA have so many rehab loans out there. You're going to see so many out there. Some that has specified for for particular projects. They have it there. But nevertheless, you're going to scroll down and look for the 203K loan. You're going to click it on, and it's going to give you information about the 203K loan, how to qualify, what you need to qualify. I'm going to go over some of that briefly with you right here on Mortgage Talk, but you need to go out and do further research, okay? And then get confirmation of the information that I'm sharing with you. That's a good thing, too, to do. But what you're going to find here is that it's going to be a list of lenders that you can click on to see what lenders that you can go through, and you're going to see a multitude of them, and they're in your neck of the woods, no matter where you are. Because some of you are viewing the show from New York, some are viewing the show from Colorado, Arizona, Hawaii, hey Hawaii, and viewing the show out there. So you do have a FHA branch office near you, and certainly you do have the banks that have signed up with FHA and is following their rules and their regulations. So it is in your neck of the woods. So it's very easy to find. And then too, you have a multitude to deal from, and you don't necessarily have a short list to go from. You have a multitude of a list to deal with. But anyway, here are some of the qualifications that you will have here. You can apply for your FHA loan after you find the lender. Apply for the FHA loan. Get approved, not a pre-approval. Pre-approvals is not. You're going to find yourself having a hard time when you're dealing with the seller's realtor on a pre-approval. Okay, it's really iffy because things can happen that it doesn't go through. So pre-approvals are just not a good wise thing. It's good for you when you are shopping around trying to find a particular lender. Know this, that when you're shopping for mortgage, you're allowed to kind of like go to 3 different places before you start taking dents on your credit. And a lot of these places do what they call a soft pull. So again, you can shop it around. If you don't go to a mortgage broker, that I highly recommend you to do, if you go to a mortgage broker, that mortgage broker is going to shop things around for you very easily, very quickly, and to get you approved very quickly just as well. So look for your neighborhood mortgage broker. Yeah. I know we're almost like dinosaurs, but we are coming back. So look around for them. You do have the yellow pages even on the web. Okay. And so you can find a mortgage broker somewhere. Okay. Now, so after you get your approval for the loan, okay, uh, start choosing the contractors. You need to at least get 3 bids in. So you want to talk to 3 different contractors. If you want to do 4 or 5, that's fine. Narrow it down to 3, okay? And go with the contractors. Find the right contractors. Go meet them. Go talk to them. You get the feel of them. Listen to what they're telling you or how they do things. But let me tell you one thing, and this is my advice to you. You handle it any way you want to handle it, but this is my advice to you. As a 20-year residential mortgage broker, I can share this with you. So I'm not just giving you something off the top of my head. I'm sharing with you my experience, okay? This is my advice to you. Control your loan. Control the budget. That's what I mean by controlling your loan. You're paying for it, control it. Do not let the contractor control it. When you talk to a contractor, you are talking to them to let them know what you have taken notes on what you have seen, and then you want them to come out and do their assessment, and then give you what they feel that it will cost to get done, and they will itemize all the items that need to be done, and then you match it up with what you have seen to make sure that it matches up, because you may have missed some things, and you probably did miss some things. Okay. Secondly, what you want to do is you want to make sure that when you choose a contractor, you let the lender know that you have chosen a contractor. The lender would then send you will send you the forms that you could take to the contractor. That you keep in control. That way you can take to the contractor, and the contractor will complete the forms, and then attach their license and bond and all that wonderful good stuff, and answer all the questions and all that good stuff, and send it back to the lender. What you want to do is when you talk to the lender, because remember, you and the lender are tag team partners here. You and that servicer, you all are tag team partners. The lender is going to hire a appraiser, which is also a FHA appraiser and a FHA inspector. Okay. And the lender's going to send out the FHA appraiser and the inspector. You're going to pay for that up front. They're going to send that out. All right. When that go out, he's going to do his assessment. But before he go out, you make sure that the contractor that you chose, that all the itemized stuff in there that they spotted that needs to be done, that is listed in the contract agreement. It's listed in the contract agreement. Relate that to your lender. They'll listen to you and they will do that for you. Okay. Talk to your lender. Tell your lender that the funds, you want the funds to, you're going to divide up the project and either into 4 parts or 6 parts, depends on what all that you have to be done. You're going to divide that up, and the contractor will get paid per section that they do. An inspector comes out from the mortgage company. It's going to send out the FHA inspector. Okay. If you're in a local city or village, they're going to send out an inspector too. So you're going to have 2 inspectors coming out. Isn't that wonderful? And so the contractor knows that they have to pass both inspectors, one from the village, one from the city. Sometimes they can be pretty buddy-buddy with some of those village inspectors, and sometimes they can be pretty buddy-buddy with some of the city ones because they work in the area a lot. But they're not pretty buddy-buddy with the inspector coming from your mortgage company. Okay. And then there's time that that the inspector may know of them, but the inspector ain't playing that buddy-buddy game. So it can go either way with that, but that's why that you're having 2 inspectors out there, because the village wants to make sure and the city wants to make sure that you're meeting the guidelines, and the mortgage company wants to make sure that the job that they say that they were doing was completed and completed correctly. If there's any mishaps, then they're gonna have to fix that. Then they got to start the inspection all over again before a check is cut. When the check is cut, the check is going to be cut to you and the name of the contractor, and the check is going to be sent to you. Okay, you sign the check. You can either call the project manager um, uh, over this, because that's who you're going to be meeting and talking to when you first interviewing these contractors, or you take them the check. That's how you do it. It is done like that through a lot of different projects, and sometimes people don't because they don't know, and so that the contractor come in, and then the contractor do all the talking to your mortgage company, and then you standing on the sideline looking silly, and then the contractor, the whole check gonna be sending them, and then now leaving you chasing them around, asking them when they're gonna come back, because there's a 3-week delay, 4-week delay, because they're contractors and they got other projects, and they don't been paid for your project already, so they're moving on other projects. And so now you got somebody like me who's going to pay them in sections, and so they know they're going to have to be tight on their game. They already got paid from you, and so now you got to chase them and try to get them back. Avoid the headaches on that. Avoid the headaches on that. Control the budget, control the money, and control how the contractors are paid. It is your business. It is your property. You're paying for this, so you need to control this. Got to move on. Can't hit that button hard as I can, so you can know that this is real stuff. So you have to do it the way you want to do it. That's just my 100% opinion on saving yourself any unnecessary headaches. Moving on. So after the bid has been sent in, and you chose a contractor, and they sent out the agreement, and the contractor sent the agreement back. Coming with that letter, when you take that paperwork to the contractor, you are giving the contractor a deadline. Here's your paperwork. It needs to be in the lender's office within the next 48 hours. Contractor will sit on their ass for weeks before they send that paperwork in. Okay. And you don't have time for that because that's holding up your closing. And you, because you have a deadline time for your closing. And if it goes past that deadline time, now all that stuff has to be redone again. So you don't want to get into that. So you tell the contractor here, oh, okay, here's the paperwork that you guys send back to my mortgage company with your license and the bond and proof of bonding and all that. It has to be there in 24 hours or 48 hours, and then give a special date at the end of that 40 hours. Maybe the 48 hours is on Friday. It has to be in the office by 10 o'clock Friday. Okay. So send it back. It has to be there by 10 o'clock Friday. And then, too, you can do this, too. What you can do is you can get a UPS or a FedEx package thing already self-addressed to the lender. So when you're giving them the paperwork, you're giving them that, too. And sometimes the lender will send you that, okay? But if they don't, you do it. You do it. It's your project. You do it. So you know it's going to get there on time and on that date. And that tells your contractor how real you are about the deadline time. Okay. So that tells them how real you are. So make sure that you have that done. Okay. Now, once that paperwork gets back to your lender, um, they review everything, then they get ready to set things up for closing, calling you in, set up a closing date, and then you go in and close on the deal. The deal is closed, okay? It funds. Now the contractor can start doing their repair work, okay? Now they can start the work, okay? Now, uh, let's step back just a little bit. Let's step back just a little bit. Receiving the final approval involves lining up contractors and receiving a bid on some additional hoops to jump through. Okay, yeah, there's going to be some additional hoops that you may have to jump through. Do not get stressed out on this. Okay, do not get stressed out on this. This process is not a 1, 2, 3 bang. Okay, so if you one of those kind of people that you know you, you're so impatient, then maybe you do need to let the contractor and the lender work things out, since you don't want to get involved into your own project that you're paying for, which is a shame, which is very much a shame, because you should be very much involved in the project, period. Okay, you should already done your inspection. You looked at what they have done and what they say that needs to be done. Okay, because most of the time they're going to walk you through and show you these things that need to be done. So you visualizing it into your head just as well. So therefore, when you go back to do the inspection, now keep in mind you and the lender has already divided it up into sections, and so now you've already relate that information to the contractor that this is divided up in sections. Maybe the kitchen and the front room is one section. Maybe if you have upstairs, that all bedrooms is upstairs plus the bathroom, maybe that's section 2. You follow what I'm saying? That means drywalls has to be put in, all that stuff has to be done, carpet has to be on the floor, new bathtub, all that stuff, pipes and everything has to be done. The other section will be the electrician. The electrician is the major part, because most of the time in those homes you got some pretty damaged wires or burnt wires, and so you may have to have the whole house rewired. So that's a separate entity within itself. Okay, and so that could be section 3 on that. So so I'm trying to give you an idea of of how you are dividing this up and all that you have to be bothered with. Now, of course, you don't have to be there for the electrician. That's what you got a contractor for. Another thing that I want to add in that contract agreement, please make sure that your lender has that the contractor is fully responsible for any subcontractors. That the contractor is fully responsible for any subcontractors. Okay? So if a subcontractor messes up and costs money to fix that what they were supposed to be fixing, then that's going to be falling on the contractor. okay, that was hired. So make sure that you have that in that agreement just as well. Don't assume that they already know, because technically they do and they should, but you also want it in black and white too, just as well. Because you're not hiring no subcontractor, you're hiring a contractor. And the majority of contractors use subcontractors. Okay. Just want to just let you know that. So now, because they're because the reason is because they got multi projects that they're doing. And so they have about, oh man, God knows, over a handful of subcontractors at different locations doing different things, and they're rotating them around for what they do. They got a contractor that just do drywall, so he did drywall there on 35th Street. Uh, okay, now next week he's going to be at your crib that you just purchased to do your drywall upstairs. That's how they do all that rotation around. Okay, so just to let you know, you got pipe layers. That's the same thing. They got another subcontractor that comes in to do pipe. If you're getting winterized, meaning that you're getting a furnace, a hot water tank, you get new windows. Okay, that's put in too. Again, that's another additional project that you add on. But then that's part of it. Of the roofing outside now. Now you're talking about the roof and gutters. Okay, normally they like to get those out the way, especially long as not a rainy day or a snowy day. They'll get those things done for you. Contractors do not work in rain, and they do not work in snow, and I can't blame them. But but it's what you will have out there. So just to give you some ideas, this is not going to be a 1, 2, 3 bang. Okay, got to move on. The 203K lender will drive the process and will guide you, pretty much will guide you through. You two are our team. You two are a tag team partner. Okay, remember that. Remember, you're not in this alone. Okay, so keep the communication good. Even if you start off a little shaky with the other person on the line, find the equilibrium and keep it going. Okay, because you need the backup, and so your lender will be your backup. Okay, the first step, decide which home improvement you want. Decide which home improvement loan you want. Remember this, that the 203K loan is for residential only. Residential only. It is not for commercial. It is residential only and will follow the residential guidelines uh, that have. It is not a commercial, so therefore you can't treat it like a commercial. This is not for you to rent out. This is your primary resident. You sign the documentation saying that, okay, at the closing. So this is your primary resident. Okay, remember the lender, FHA appraiser, who is also the inspector, comes out first. They do the inspection. The lender will address any safety or health hazard, okay, like mold, broken windows, lead-based paint, and missing guardrails. Okay, so now it all depends on the FHA package I'm gonna talk to you about in a bit. Okay, but assuming that you got the standard, you don't have to worry about too much of anything. Molding, FHA kind of frowned up on molding. That comes into costs, a lot of costs. Okay, and so if that is a big deal there, whew, it's gonna you got your hands full, and it all depends on, can they clean it up good, and 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 how much you can control that budget. What do you have to cut within there? You keep in mind that when contractors give you a bid and they say that you need this and you need that, you need this wood, you need that wood, you need this, you need that, they're always going to give you the top of the line, which is fine. But you can control it by, you may go in and say, okay, um, I'll take that brand instead of this brand, because basically you're paying for the brand name. Really, on a lot of stuff, you're paying for the brand name. So you can get things cheaper. Contractors is going to recommend where you to go because that's where they have an account at, and so go there. You don't have to, but but keep it good. Go there because you can go there and pick out what is it that you want, and they'll sit it to the side and put it on the contractor's uh, bill, and then the contractor will come up there and pick it up. Okay, they'll come up there and pick it up. All right, or if anything specially, you can have it delivered, whichever is which. But in most cases, your contractor will pick it up. All you do is just pick it out. Your contractor will give you his account number and all that. You find the salesperson, tell them what you're doing, tell them this is your contractor, blase blase. They're gonna check with the office with the contractor, so don't worry about that part. And then you go out there and you just shop and pick out what you need from all the fixtures, from the chandeliers to all the fixtures and stuff that you need, and then that'll go on the contractor's account, and then the contractor will pick up all of those items. So those are good things there for you to have. Now let me move on just a little bit, okay? But if you got molding, you're going to find yourself into some real steep problems, okay? FHA do not like molding. They do not like molding. So if it's real bad, you can pretty much can forget that building, okay? Because they rather walk away and then deal with it because they know costs rises more and more and more and more when you're dealing with molding, because now you got water damage, and then now you have some other kind of damage that's going to be related there. You could have foundation damage. So FHA is going to back up off of that. Okay, so be so pay closely attention to the FHA inspector when he comes out, because so you're gonna know about all this way before you go to closing. This is not gonna be no surprise. So you're gonna know about all this. Okay. And so if that's the case, now you know that you got to move on to something else. Okay. Or it may not be that bad. And so now you can have a molding inspector or a molding company come out, look at it around, say what they can do, write up what they can do, give a cost on what they can do. They'll give it to your contractor. The contractor then we'll give it to you. You in turn send it to the lender, and you and the lender have a communication on that. Okay, that's something that you want. Now, again, you could include the contractor into that conversation with the lender, because the contractor is basically going to be repeating what the molding people say. Or you could include the molding inspector that was there into your conversation with the lender, because then they can explain 10 times better than you on what they see, what they can do, what's the non-safety hazard to it, and how they can make that correction in an XYZ period of time, and what their cost is, and their cost could be very well fit into your budget, and that'll be something great. Or you can look at your budget and know that you're going to be cutting here and there and there and here, and so you may know that you may have to cut an extra 1,000 availability into your budget, and so you can relate that to them. Hey, look, I got this under control. Some of these fixtures, that doesn't cost as much as what the contractor said. I can make the cut within the budget, so we can fit that. That's where you step up, and that's where you do the communication at too. Okay, so just give you some pointers. That's why you got to be in the forefront of this and not stand on the sideline. Okay. From here, choose which cosmetic items you want to have done first. Okay. Uh, for instance, maybe you want the appliance, maybe you want the kitchen done first, so you can get the appliance in. Or maybe you want the front room done first. You choose which one. Maybe you want to add granite floors on the kitchen, maybe granite countertops. Whatever it is that you want to do to the kitchen, get that out the way. Maybe you want to start there first. Okay, I don't know. Maybe you want to start with the front room first. Maybe you'll start with the front room and the dining room first. Whichever your choice is, you make the call. Okay, choose what color paint that you want things painted. You will be going there to the store, choosing that out yourself. All this gonna be a part of that of those fixtures gathering, from that itemized list. You're going to be going either to Home Depot or going to Lowe's and getting things done with that. Okay. Let's see. Maybe it's the bedrooms upstairs. Maybe you want that to be done first. You can choose that. Maybe it's the bathrooms upstairs too. Because maybe you want to get a jacuzzi tub in there. You may not want to get a regular tub in there. Maybe you want to get the tub that has the legs on, which is old-fashioned good tubs. And if you find those, hold on to those, because they're asking for a lot of money for them old-fashioned tubs, and you can usually find them in old buildings. You can find them in old buildings. So if you bought an old building that's getting rehab on, you may find that tub there, and you may want to hold on to that tub. That tub is worth a lot of money, and so you may want to hold on to that tub. Just a food of thought that I just want to share with you on that. Okay, so the lighting fixtures, you're gonna choose all that. The floors, whether you want wood floors or not, whether you want fake wood, which is which, you make your call, you make your choice. I'm not here to give you which is better. That's a matter of preference. Okay. Um, and now, one point, and I don't want to forget, is that the contractor must be licensed and bonded, who you are making your choice with. The contractor must be licensed and bonded, and typically is operating in his business name. Okay. You cannot use a buddy who do construction work on the side. That's a no-no. They won't accept that. Okay. Nor can you do the work yourself. And I have to stress that a lot, because you'd be surprised. You'd be real surprised. You cannot do the work yourself. The only way that you can do the work yourself, you yourself has to be licensed and bonded as a contractor. And then you can do the work yourself. Okay? So just want to just put that out there to you right there. All right. Remember, you your best results come from experienced professional um, remodeling firms, because they know how to do the work and they know how to get the job done, and they'll get the job done in a professional manner, and you will like it. So you really want it done by professionals. Okay, you don't want it done by Joe Smunk. Well, my cousin John told me about this guy down here. He really, this is not a hook me up situation. Okay, you want the stuff done, and you want the stuff done right. Uh, Remember, your entire project can be held up by one contractor that is unwilling to complete the necessary forms and get it done before the job starts. So you want those forms to be turned in. That's why I said earlier that you hand them the documentation coming from the mortgage company. You make sure that there is a self-addressed envelope, FedEx or UPS, heading back, and then you give it to them and says you have 48 hours to get this in. Okay. uh, you the you're the boss, so you told them, trust me, they don't want to tick you off, because they know that you can cancel this stuff, and they get paid in increments, so they do not want to mess that up. Trust me, that's how you keep control. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how you keep the job done. Okay. Remember to have the lender Remember to have the lender include all the 203K requirements in the contractor's agreement, which includes his responsibility for hiring subcontractors. I went over that with you. Make sure that the bids are not guesses. When they give you back the big, make sure, because they'll put it on there. This is my opinion on what we think. That's a guess. That's a guess. Okay. Make sure that what they're talking about fixing is not a guess. That they must be accurate. Yes, this is what's wrong, and yes, we're going to make that repair on this here. However they want to word it, as long as it comes out to that particular points. Okay, that is not guesses. And the reason for this is that the bid is going to be given to, a copy of it is going to be given to the FHA inspector. So the FHA inspector, when he does his inspection, he's looking for these things that the contractor said that these things need to be replaced, okay, or is missing. So he's looking for that. Okay, because he has to give his assessment. Is the house in livable condition now? That's the first point. Then he has to give his assessment that from the bidding to what the contractor has given him, he found the same thing. So he agrees with the bidding. Sometimes he may find something else and may add to that. Okay. And that could be a different story. So that's why you want the inspector to be there. That's going to be the guy that's going to come back and do the inspection. And it means his eyeballs is wide open, checking out some good things there. So that's why that the bid cannot be guesstimation. Well, I think we can get this done. If we get the thingamabob over here and we put it on, it might work. Or then again, we may find more problems there. None of those things are accepted. They have to know exactly what is. Okay. Now, got to move on. Okay. Other factors that can change the bid dollar amount, what I just mentioned, the FHA inspector could find some additional stuff. And so the additional stuff could uh, incur additional charges that will exceed the total costs for the rehab. So now the lender has to give its approval for that. And depending upon the pricing of it, they may just have to reassess the property all over again. That means reappraise the property all over again and redo the paperwork so it can include the additional dollar amount. So be prepared for this. Sometimes these things can happen. Okay, sometimes they can happen. That's why you try to do the best inspection that you possible can, and this is why that you're doing a walkthrough with the contractors because they can see some things that you can't see. So that's another second pair of eyes into that, and then FHA in, inspector is your third pair of eyes. Hopefully, between your two eyes here, you have caught everything. Now, if depends on the size, depends on the square footage. Some people will just hire and pay $300 extra for a house doctor. Okay, better known as a independent inspector, and let the independent inspector come out and give his assessment, and then they match up the independent assessment with their assessment, and then they do the walkthrough with the contractor, and then now here come the FHA appraiser coming out. So now three eyes don't look at this. So this is usually when certain things pop up. Okay, so now they can catch this thing beforehand. So that's just another option for you to look at, and decide, do I need this? Okay, just gotta throw that out there to you. Uh, by this point, the lender will have your income, assets, credit reports, all that good stuff. When all that stuff is in, to call for that approval and get you to the closing table. Okay, I just went over all that with you. Now, okay, or what kind of repairs do a 203K loan, rehabilitation loan, will allow me to do? Listen carefully to this, okay? Most cos they allow you to do most cosmetic repair work, okay? Including kitchen, bathroom, outside gutters, roof, okay, windows, hot water tank, um, furnace, things of that nature. It, electric things included in there with an electrician. Um, now each state is different, and each state has their own rules and regulation. Um, and each state set the costs for what they consider what the max cost for what cosmetic work should cost. So be aware of that. Most lenders, especially on the FHA 203K, will use a buffer. Okay, and what a buffer is called a contingency. That's their contingency plan. In other words, if the state says that the maximum for the cosmetic for the repairs should not supersede $3,500. Okay. And the bid from the contractor came in at 31,000. The lender will set it for 35,000. They agree with the contractor for the 31, but you're gonna close with a $35,000 max. And the reason for that is that unexpected things do happen. Unexpected things can come up. When you start tearing walls out and gutting out certain things, unexpected things could happen. Here's a pipe there that's so rusted out, it's no question. You have to replace it. Well, that extra money right there will be there for that. Okay? Because they realize that when you're doing rehabs, you will hit unexpected things, regardless of that you had a house doctor, yourself, and the FHA inspector and the city inspector came out. You all can still miss some things when that contractor start tearing up things, start tearing up the floors and tearing up the walls and getting behind there. He can find a lot of unexpected things, especially if it's an old house, okay? Especially when you buy old homes. These things always, somehow, some way, some unexpected things always pop up. But just want to let you know that your contractor will provide a buffer for that. So if you notice and say, well, wait a minute, my contractor said 31,000 is all that it takes. But right here, I'm going to sign for a $35,000 total rehab. Why is that? Well, that's why, because that's their contingency plan. So the extra 4,000 is their contingency plan in case something happens. Now, if nothing happens, that money, that 4,000, roll over into your budget. Now you got some room to do maybe get some extracurricular stuff, okay, within the guidelines. So it's a benefit factor for you just as well. Okay. Most non-structural and non-luxury items aren't acceptable under the 203K loan. It's not. Okay. Now you can do the kitchen and the bathroom remodeling, the appliance replacement, the central air conditioning and stuff can be upgraded and replaced. Okay, carpeting, the floors, wood floors, fake wood floors, whatever you want. Roof, if the roof needs to be replaced, gutters, all that good stuff. The pipe that comes from the house from the outside that pushes out that water when it rains. You want to make sure that that's there, especially if you're in a rainy area or in any house. That needs to be done. So you pay close attention to that just as well. Okay, they'll make repairs on our safety and health issues. Energy efficient is what 203K loan is going to provide you. They're going to provide you energy efficient. Energy efficient will include new windows, new roof, new furnace, new hot water tank, okay, new central air. All that is going to be under the energy official um, thing going on. So just be aware of that. I didn't want no new windows. I like those windows right there. You're losing heat from those windows. They're going to make it energy efficient. Okay, just letting you know. Okay, just remember to control the budget because that's what you're doing. You are controlling the budget. Okay. Okay. Now that you know this, in short, you can't do anything structural like let's say like move a like move a beam, push that beam back 4 or 5 feet back. Okay. Add a new room to the uh to the house. Hey man, put me extra room upstairs. Okay. Or charge expand the square footage. Okay, you can't do that. They're not gonna let you do that. Okay. You'd be surprised. People want to do some things. Okay. You can't do that. Okay. Now, here's where you gotta be careful at. And listen to me very, very carefully on this 203K loan. The most lenders will want to put you on when you qualify for a 203k loan, you got to specify. Okay. If you do not specify and you did not know, they will put you on what is known as a limited 203k option loan. Okay. Limited. Lenders do that because the paperwork for it is smaller, quicker. They can get done with it faster, close the deal much, much, much faster. Okay. And the 203, and it's much simpler, probably a better word for me to use. It brings about a much simpler process than the standard, there it is, than the standard FHA 203k loan. Okay. Now, the standard rehab 203k FHA rehab loan, you can do just about anything you want to the house except non-permanent changes that I mentioned earlier or add luxury amenities. You can't do that. But you can get all that you need done. Under the limited, you're going to limit yourself. But let me just give you some ideas. Let me just give you some point ideas on what you can do under the standard, because it's the same time of what you can't do under the limit. Structural alteration can be done under the standard 203k loan. Converting a one-family home into a 2 or 3 or even a 4 unit, or vice versa. And I know you've seen the vice versa a lot. You've seen these 3 flat buildings that they have converted into a 1 unit. You can do that under the standard 203k loan. You cannot do that under the limited 203k loan. Do you feel me? And you find some of these homes, especially in my neck of the woods in Chicago, you'll find some of these homes mostly on the north side, okay, or near north. You know, I haven't seen any on the south unless they just started it, but they got a lot of them on the north side. So in much of your Anshalon neighborhoods, you'll find that they have converted a 3 flat building into a single family home, or even a 4 unit building into a single family home. Now you can do that under FHA standard 203k loan. You cannot do that under the limited. Okay. You'll see that even in San Francisco. Okay. In other states, there's a lot of them there. Now, connecting to the public sewer, maybe a pipe there, that could be done under the loan. Some large landscaping projects can be done under the standard 203k loan. Limited landscaping is done under the limited 203k loan. Just to let you know. Okay. Improving accessibility for disabled people, that could be done under the standard 203k loan. So you don't have to go out there and get another loan just to do that. Okay. Or you don't have to go out there and pay a deductible because the city is going to do it for you. You can get that done under the 203k loan. Okay. What kind of repairs are allowed? I just gave it to you, and just let you know what kind of repairs that you can do under the standard 203k loan, and what you can't do. In 2020, according to let's see here, I'm gonna give you that in just a bit. Moving the house. Oh, one more point. One more point. Under the standard 203k loan, if you find a house that you like, and you like this house, most of the time it's gonna be frame house anyway, and you don't like the location. You found the location for where you want to be at. So under the 203K loan, you're going to buy the land over there. You can pay to have that house move to that land. Okay. You can pay to have that house move. They pick that house up and move it to the next land. They do that a lot in Dallas, Texas. They do that a lot in Southern California. Okay. And also do it here in Illinois. You don't hear about it as much, but it can be done. So if you find a house that you like, I don't like this. This is what I want, because most of the time they're renting the land. They don't own the land. So maybe the new owner said, okay, I don't sold the land. Y'all got to get this house up out of here. And so you got the house for a good song and a dance. A beautiful home, a 4-bedroom, great home. Has some cosmetic work and some things on the inside that need to be done. But you can have that house picked up, purchase the area from where you want it to be, that land, and the house can sit right there, and then the reconstruction could happen right there. All that can be done on the under the standard FHA, 203K loan. All that can be done there. Now, FHA 203K guidelines are fairly lenient. Okay, it's fairly lenient. There are some things you cannot use the rehab loan for. Okay. Now, what you need to do when you go online, make the comparison between the standard FHA 203K loan and the limited 203K loan. And remember what I said. This is what lenders will push on you first if you don't identify that you want the standard FHA 203K loan. Okay? You got to make that clear. Now, if you got little stuff that needs to be done, a few major stuff, and it can fit in the limited 203K, then get the limited 203K and I'll close the deal fast. Okay? But if you got some additional stuff that I just mentioned, then you want the standard 203K. You want the standard, not the limit. There are some things that you cannot use, as I mentioned earlier, like funding for a minor landscaping. Well, they'll give you funding. That's incorporated into the limit, so you can get minor landscaping done. Limit is what they call it. Limit landscaping done. I guess minor means that you get a chance to get a few more repairs done. It's not a full, but you can get a few more done. Whereas on the limit, it says limit landscaping. Okay, limit means limit, small. Okay, maybe give you some new grass. Okay, that's it. Can't give you nothing else, man. What about that tree? Can't tell tree? No. Oh man. Okay, what about them bushes that's in the back? I don't know who would put bushes in the back. Can that be torn up? No. Can't do that. Can't do that. That's on the limit. Okay, you're gonna have to get the full FHA 203K loan, the standard, if you want all that stuff done, because we consider that more trouble, additional. Okay, so just know the difference between that. No added luxury amenities like a tennis court, a barbecue area. Hey, I want this area here to be a barbecue. Put flat right here. I want this over. No. Can't do it. Hey man, I want an in-ground swimming pool. Nope. Can't do it. So the project that will take a approximate time on the FHA is 6 months. They give you a limited time. Anything supersedes past there, you're gonna get the lender to be squirming, and then you should be squirming too, because these projects should not take no longer than that. So this is why you have to pick your contractor carefully. Don't get the contractor. Oh man, they must do a good job. They're constantly busy, man. Yeah, they're constantly busy, and they constantly got some pretty peed off customers because you know they got limited contractors. Business is picking up, and they're trying to get things done as quickly as they can, and they have a little tough time playing catch up. So now they put in something in your house and don't come back to your house for another 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So you want to make sure that you choose the contractor carefully and that you ask the contractor for some reference. Don't be afraid to ask for reference. Come on now. Why wouldn't you not ask for reference? Because you want to ask some people about the contractor and they'll give you some insight. Yeah, talk to 3 people. That'll give you a good assessment of the contractors who you are considering hiring. Okay, ask for reference. When they give you back the bid, say, "Oh, by the way, do you have any reference?" "Oh yeah, we do have reference." And if they say, "Oh no, we don't do reference. We don't have no reference." Really? Interesting. Check mark for disqualification. Okay, you don't have no reference at all. Okay, so you want to make sure that your contractor can provide you with some reference. In 2020 year, according to an announcement made by FHA, in 2020, the loan limit of most of the around the country for the standard FHA 203K loan is $331,760. Okay. Now they gave a increase than what it was in 2019. And it gave you a $7,000 increase because in 2019, as of December the 5th, 2019, it was at 314,827. Okay. Don't get this confused with FHA loan that is not a rehab loan. Don't get it confused with their standard operating loan. That's not a rehab loan. Because for that one, FHA has a ceiling for that one is at $822,375 for a single family home. Okay. And those are the figures for 2021. Which is a $56,777 increase from what it was in 2020. In 2020, it was 765,600, which FHA floor is set at 65% of the national conforming loan limit. Okay. So don't get that the residential standard FHA loan mixed up with the standard FHA 203K rehab rehabilitation loan. Those two are two different programs, funded differently, and the funding is more. And 822,375 is for the standard FHA loans, not the standard 203K loan. That's not it. Okay, that's not it. All right. Just to let you know. Overall structures of the property must be in good shape, good condition to keep it. In other words, you can't have those things that's falling apart, run down. You just bought this house, it don't burn 95% of the time, and so you want to buy this house and then rehab it that way. You may find some issues there. Okay, it all depends on the damage aspect, but more likely you're going to find some issues with that. That's really going to be a different loan, and FHA do have loans for that. But under the 203K, it may not be that program may not be the right program for those type of houses that you want to buy. Okay, so just be aware of that. That's why I said go on the website. You're gonna see they got so many loans out there, man. Rehab loans out there. FHA does. So you can choose the right one that's gonna work for you. Go on the website and look at them. And then while you're on the website, get some confirmation from the information that I've been sharing with you. Because if you do that, then you're going to find yourself in a beautiful home, designed and structured the way that you want it to be. Okay. Uh, Let me just blow my nose for one bit. I'm sorry. I got to blow my nose a little bit. Okay. Okay. Back. All right. All right. Sorry about that. Had to get rid of that. But anyway, just to let you know, I hope this has been helpful for you. Uh, those of you out there that are looking for the FHA 203K loan, standard, get the standard. It all depends on what needs to be done. Limit can be done with. You could use that. It all depends on what the damage is. But as long as you're aware of it, then you know what to ask for. Remember, an educated consumer is indeed the best customer. And that's what Mortgage Talk is all about. Giving you good, positive information that you are truly the educated consumer, the best customer. And so you can take charge of your project and you can control the budget, and then you get some extra. Maybe you can get the fence done when you done that. You see what I'm saying? Maybe you can get a slab put down. Okay. Maybe you save enough money from the budgeting, you may be able to get a deck done. See where I'm going with this? Okay, so or maybe you can order some more designer and fashionable type doors because they got some bad closet doors that's out of this world. Okay, maybe you want to get some of those. You can get that done. Okay, maybe you have some ideas on that half bath that you want to make it a full bath. So you got that extra money in there, not only from your budget cutting, but the extra money from the cushion that the lender provided you, the buffer. So you take that buffer money, and maybe now you can get that, or maybe you can make your closet a walk-in closet with the extra money. You see what I'm saying? Lot of what you can do with that. A lot of what you can do. Maybe you want to buy that other chandelier that went out of the budget. But now you got the extra money, you can go get it. Put that in the budget. Okay. So that's why I say control your budget. And when you do that, you'll be a happy camper. I guarantee you will be. You'll be a happy camper and get a lots of things done the way that you want them done. And you'll be spending the money the way that you want to spend it. It's your money. So how come you're not spending it your way? Okay? Don't let nobody take that power from you. All right. Well, that's it for me on Mortgage Talk. I thank you so much on a beautiful Sunday. And I'll see you Tuesday on Mortgage Talk. We are on blogtalkradio.com/Mortgage Talk 1, Tuesday at 6:30. And we're on speaker.com at Tuesdays at 6:30 just as well. We're on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Cashbox, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Podcast itself, and Podcast Addict. We're on Deezer. Oh, man. We're on Amazon Music. So we are on a lot of these major directories when we air on Tuesday. And I'll be back here on Tuesday, here with you all on Hap TV and Twitch TV as we stream through YouTube. So hello, YouTube. Glad to be out there with you on YouTube. I'm excited about this. This is something new and different for me. I'm going to just get better and better and better with it. I am. First I was going, oh my God, no, not me. Now I'm getting a little better with it. Feel a little bit more confidence with it right now. So hope this information has been helpful for you. Please use it. You can email me at mortgagetalk1@gmail.com. That's mortgagetalk1@gmail.com. So you want to make any comments or any suggestions about our show, put it on Mortgage Talk 1, that's number one symbol, at gmail.com. Don't forget, Mortgage Talk has its own Facebook. That's www.facebook.com/Rick small caps Montgomery Montgomery/370-177, and that'll take you to Mortgage Talk Facebook page. Make your comments, inbox me it if you like. Give me time to respond back. I always say at least 48 hours to respond back to you on that, okay? So just give me that time there, and I will see it, and I will respond back to you. There's a lot of people on there that I'm sure you know. There's a lot of celebrities on there too. Some of them are just a fan base that's on there, and some of them are actual, truly live people. And this is actually truly their Facebook page. Okay. Muhammad Ali had about several fan Facebook page people, but he also had one that he talked on. Okay. So I remember being a part of that one. So so not all of them are fan base, right? So come on, join us on Mortgage Talk. Share your thoughts, share your information with us. We appreciate you. Let us know what you think about the show. That's how we get better, man. And that's how we get better. So God bless you so much on a beautiful Sunday. May forever keep you. And thank you. We really appreciate you. We really do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being our friend. Thank you for tuning in to Mortgage Talk. And thank you for listening to Mortgage Talk. Good night, everybody. Have a wonderful Sunday. And we'll see you Tuesday, if it's a good Lord's will, at 6:30. Thank you for listening to Mortgage Talk.
Thank you for listening to Mortgage Talk. I hope this information is something that you can use for your mortgage needs. Remember to tune in next week at the same time for more Mortgage Talk. God bless you. I want to thank you for taking good care of me. Thank you for the all that you mean to me. Right now, say, right now, say, I can't live without your love. I can't live without your love. Right now.